Welcome back to one of my Hot Wheels customs, and today we're going to customize these two ice cream trucks in reference to one of my favorite shows, well, animated shows of all time, King of the Hill. Anyway, I was cruising eBay and saw these pop up on the sidebar, and my mind immediately thought of the King of the Hill episode Trans-Fascism from Season 12, Episode 11. Now, if you want a synopsis of the episode, I will leave a link in the description. I'm not going to go into it here. But anyway, the white truck looked a lot to me like it could become the Sugarfoot's Express food truck, and the orange one looked like it could turn into Rooster's Roost, the competitive food truck from that episode. So anyway, let's get these packages open, and let's get started. As usual, we'll get started by drilling out the posts, or post in this case. The rear is just clipped in by a lip, and we'll take the interior and the windshield apart. Next, with both interiors out of the vehicles, we'll spray on a very light coat of some Tamiya light primer, because we're going to do a lot of detail work in here later, and we'll set those aside to dry. While those are set aside to dry, let's create the graphics that we need to put on the side of the vehicles. Now, I'm taking some creative license here with these, and I'm just using a free online image editing program, but you can honestly use anything you like, and I'm just laying them out here. Now, the grid you see is a 1/2 by 1/2 inch square. I measured on the side of the vehicle, and that'll give me plenty of room and leeway for aligning these graphics where I want to put them, and you'll see that later as I apply these. So I'm just going through here and basically trying to recreate the best I can the graphics using some stock images and some images I just found online here, and I would consider this fair use because I'm kind of modifying them here. But anyway, this is how I did it, all sped up. Didn't take me that long, and we're going to print this out on some water slide paper. However, I ran into a little bit of a challenge trying to make my own water slide decals using regular printer paper and some acrylic lacquer clear coat. I watched a tutorial on it, and I must have did something wrong, but I was having a challenge doing that, so I ended up cheating and buying some actual water slide printer paper, and that worked just fine. But you'll also see I wasn't exactly as happy as I could have been with it, but it'll turn out okay. So you'll see that later in the video, but I just wanted to point that out because I'm going to get comments about it. So we're about done creating our graphics, and we will print them out and then apply them. Now that we've printed the water slide decals and cut them out, just soak them in the water for about 30 seconds or so, and they should just slide right off. And I'm dabbing up the excess water and kind of setting the decal with a Q-tip. I'm also trying to press down the edges and get any air bubbles out. Now here's where you can see where I could have done a little bit better job, and I later found out I could have used a transparent water slide decal, and I ordered the wrong one, but live and learn. I think they look pretty good considering. Alright, we painted the interiors a bright silver to simulate the stainless steel, and I also masked off the little men in there. And looks like some of the primer came off with the masking tape, but that's okay, because we're going to cover that up later. Alright, now it's time to move on to the details. We're going to start with Hank here, and we're going to put on his traditional white t-shirt and blue jeans. So we're just adding those kind of details here. And you know, this is so small that you just need to get the vague representation here. So we're just adding the white here to his shirt and the blue for his pants. Now we're adding the brown hair, because Hank has brown hair. And we've skipped ahead. You can see I've added a little bit of the flesh tone to add his face. And we're adding the little white paper hat that he wears in this particular episode. And there he is. Now let's move on to Rooster. And in this episode, Rooster is wearing somewhat of a black jacket and gray trousers. So we are doing those little details. And Rooster has red hair, which you'll see here. We're going to add his bright red hair. And now, because Rooster's roost is not as clean of truck as Hank's, Hank prides himself on being cleanliness and everything, and that's part of the premise of the episode, is Roosters gives the whole town food poisoning. So we're going to add some Mod Podge here and use a little bit of dirt and just make it look all dirty and grimy so it looks as a stark contrast. And the only thing we're going to do here to the Sugarfoots Express one is add some heads of lettuce. It's seen in the episode. They actually get into a food fight, and Buck starts throwing heads of lettuce at Rooster's van. And there they are before we put them back together. Well, here we go. We have them all put back together. I kind of like them. This was a fun little project and an homage to one of my favorite animated shows, arguably one of my favorite shows of all time. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope it inspired you to maybe do something like this. And actually, I may redo those graphics. I don't know. But I hope you enjoy it. Check out the episode if you have never seen it. It's hilarious. And I love the show. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit that like button, share this video, and thanks for watching.